One of the things that we're doing at the moment between the zoo and the sanctuary is very much keeping our fingers on the pulse of what's going on with the potential of lynx being reintroduced into the UK. They're honestly, I think, a vital species for the countryside. We have a huge deer problem here in the UK because we hunted all of our predators to extinction centuries ago. So every year they have to cull deer in mass numbers in the UK. Lynx would be the perfect predator to reintroduce just because they generally tend to stay as far away from people as possible. Deer are their kind of perfect prey source. Here he comes.
Sorry, we're recording this at the lynx enclosure and he's just moved, so I've
this
interrupted.
So he's just coming to us now. So Reese we actually rescued from a centre that was shut down in Hertfordshire back in January for very poor welfare conditions. So we managed to take on Reese, Bosun, who's a fishing cat, and then also an Asian golden cat called Frank. All the other cats we managed to move to other zoos and sanctuaries as part of that rescue mission. But Eurasian lynx are the lynx they're talking about potentially bringing back to the UK because we did once have them here. And as I was saying, because of what they're masters at, which is hunting the likes of deer species, they would be the perfect predator to live in the UK countryside. Also because they are very elusive. The only thing that I can understand people being a bit wary of is things like livestock. But as we have with numerous other nations around the world that have key predators living there, if there can be some form of compensation package, should there ever be a scenario like that. But I do believe it would be highly doubtful that we would see huge numbers of livestock actually affected by lynx because of the fact that they already live so well in so many other European nations in the wild, literally keeping themselves to themselves. I think there's a lot of evidence that does back up they could do well here. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, native and endemic species to the UK is something that's a real hot topic in the world of conservation at the moment. So, yeah, let's just see what happens. But they're a beautiful cat, that's for sure.
Just to add my 2 cents to that, I do think that obviously you guys know I'm very pro rewilding in the UK, but I think the livestock argument is something for the governments to sort out. And I think it's one of those things where if we have effective policy, we can, I'm sure, put together a scheme where there's some sort of remuneration options for wild stock for farmers if they do lose wild stock to lynx. But if you also then think about the tourism potential in terms of the economics, it could be really, really exciting. So it's definitely something I'm also following very closely.